Hi everyone, my name's Claire and I am the founder and boss lady of Red Balloons, physical and mental wellbeing organisation based in Teesside, but we operate services that touch or can reach the whole of the United Kingdom, well technically the world if you think of these videos. I've been asked by the lovely Aaron from Healthy Fit Academy to do this video today in regards to helping those with well-being and wellness, positive wellness, mainly through this new lockdown 2.0 as everyone's calling it. But hopefully anything that we touch on today will help us in the grand scheme of things, really, not just lockdown. It is Sunday, so I thought when we were chatting about doing this video, I thought the best day to do it would be Sunday. As with Red Balloons, we do a hashtag self-care Sunday, which is a day really dedicated, as it says on the tin, to looking after yourself. And let's face it, it is one of the things that we as humans are really bad at. Regardless of who we are, what we do, what circles we run in or anything, we are all really bad at putting ourselves first in any situation. So really, we just want to touch on things that might help you through lockdown, that might help you further through lockdown, that might give you something to think about at the end of this video. Now, I will say that I am very real. I'm not professional. I'm not going to baffle you with science. I'm not going to baffle you with long words or anything like that. I am going to attempt very, very hard not to swear, as this I know is commissioned for Aaron's business and his clients and stuff like that. But the thing that works with Red Balloons and one of the fundamental values of us is real life. I am not a trained counsellor. I am trained in other areas of mental health, areas of fitness. Predominantly running is my thing. But what I focus on is real life experiences. And if you do want to know more about me and my story, get in touch, pop over to the Red Balloons website, www.redballoons.org.uk, and you will also have a link to my blogs on there, which tells a lot more about me. But you'll be able to see all the live videos that we've done. And yeah, that's me in a nutshell. All I want to do is help people, and how I see it is the things that I went through in my life, as crap as they have been, have all led me to this point and to chat along to you. So yeah, lockdown 2.0. For a lot of people, it's not as severe as the first lockdown. Like myself, really, I can't see it as a lockdown, as schools are open, colleges, universities, a lot more businesses are open. However, things that affect us directly, and the reason why I'm speaking to yourselves, is places like gyms, leisure centres, small businesses, close, all of those things are shut. If you're unsure about what the new lockdown procedures are, please do pop over to the government website. But let's face it, it feels like we're trapped again, and it feels like this has been the whole of 2020. We haven't really known what's happening day to day. The rules keep changing. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask, go here, don't go here. So it's been really vital that we've found ways of coping on our own. We haven't had access to the things that we used to use, that we've been we've had like gyms, etc. Now, obviously, being a physical and mental wellbeing organisation, I massively support gyms. I've signed the government pledge to get them back open, but I don't think that's going to happen before the 2nd of December. So what can we do from now that'll help us feel better in ourselves, that'll help us like get through the next however many days, because I've decided I'm not going to count them this lockdown, but yeah, till the 2nd of December. So one of the things I want to really touch on today is routine. Now, I'm sure that there's many people watching this that have been furloughed. What I found during the first furlough, and what I found through people I spoke to, and research and everything I did, was a lot of people, understandably in some cases, treat the furlough kind of as an extended holiday. It was a reason not to have to get up, or not to have to get dressed, or not really have to do the things that you would normally do. Now, I really would like to stress that during this, especially in the winter months where we haven't got much light and we haven't got the things that we would normally do in the summer, we haven't got the opportunity to sit out in the garden or go to the places that we would normally go. But I want to say, one of my top tip for this video is routine. even if you get up on a morning and you think, I can't be bothered, can't be bothered with today, get up and do the routine. If you normally work Monday to Friday and get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, set that alarm and get up. Don't necessarily put your work clothes on, especially not if you wear a uniform, because people think you're a bit nipped, but get up, get dressed, go through the routine of what you would normally do. Now, obviously, if you work from home, get used to working from home. Don't go like what I would normally have done. And what I do with uni is I'll start at 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock comes, I'll start at 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock comes, etc. Get up and set a routine. If you normally get up and start work at 9:30, get up, do your routine and start work at 9:30. There is no, I say excuse in the nicest way, there is no excuse of having the kids home this time, unless your child is self-isolating or is being sent home from the school. Your children will be at school as normal. So get up, get dressed, do the school run or however you normally do, get back and have your day. I'm not saying have it as long as you normally would. If you normally work 9 to 5, I'm not saying sit in front of your laptop or whatever for that amount of time. But do not do the Netflix and chill. As appealing as that is, it really will be detrimental to your mental health, as well as your physical health overall. The novelty will wear off, and every time, it's hard enough to get the motivation to go to the gym and to better yourself the first time round. Then we went through the second time round, which was lockdown, which was enforced on us. And now this is the third time, and I'm sure all of you will agree, is every single time you get knocked back or a setback, it is harder to start that motivation. So let's nip that in the bud now and start the routine. Aaron hosts his online videos, so he's had to close the gym, but he is still doing his videos. Now make sure, if you would normally go to them, do them online. Make sure you make yourself accountable and do these classes. It is so important for you. It might feel like a massive chore and you seriously can't be asked, but do it. And you will never, ever, ever regret the ones that you did, but you could and probably will regret the ones that you did miss. If you know that you're making excuses like, I haven't got time, but you can sit and watch a 45-minute docuseries on Netflix, you've got time. It's that simple. And so yeah, routine. Get up, get dressed. Do not sit in your pajamas. That's tip 1. I sound very bossy today, don't I? Very, very bossy. So onto the exercise thing. Like I said, Aaron's doing classes, as are many gyms across the country. So if you're a member of a gym and it has shut, pop on their website and see what they're offering online. There's often online videos, advice, tips, things to do. Set yourself just half an hour a day even, where you go and do something for physical for you. Take that how you want it. If that is how you want to spend your half an hour or 45 minutes, you do that. And I know you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, physical activity. Myself, I am running at the moment again. It's so good to have my motivation back. I've got a Garmin and I've set up a training plan on there. It's fantastic. And it's really giving me the motivation and breaking down the workouts that I need to do to get out. And what I am predominantly doing, which I wasn't through the first lockdown because people were just annoying me, I was doing it on the treadmill. But this time, I'm forcing myself to get out and ideally go to different places. Now, I have found a running partner who I can go out with at least once or twice a week, which has helped me phenomenally. So there's an idea. You're allowed one-on-one contact outside. So if you're into walking or if you're into running, one, you can use my services, which I will highlight at the end of this video, but use that to keep some social interaction going, to get outside, to get that vitamin D. Like I said, I'm not going to baffle you with science, but it makes sense. If you can get out in the daylight hours for half an hour, for a walk or a run, do it. Make the most of it. If you've got a lunch break at home, working from home, get out and go for your run. If you aren't one of the people who've been furloughed, if you are still working, these things still account for you as well, but use that lunch break that you might normally use sat in a cafeteria or however things work in your business. Use it to get outside, even if it's just to walk up and down the street or something, or go, if you're in an area where you can go for a walk, I hugely promote that, and it will make you feel so much better. And that is an actual promise. Even if it's raining, like I'm not saying torrential rain where you go back and have to finish the afternoon like a drowned rat, but even if it's drizzling and stuff like that, that fresh air will help loads. And let's face it, the statistics and everything and all of the science is out there that if you are physically well, if you are getting outside and getting fresh air, and if you are more able to fight things like the coronavirus, and that is pretty much all what we're focusing on at the minute, is being physically and mentally well. But let's look at, like, so we've touched on the physical activity, whatever works for you. We've touched on kind of routine. Goal setting, I'm sure Aaron goes through this with you a lot of the time, but I found a statistic the other day that was quite interesting, very basic, not science. Did you know that you are 42% more likely to act on a goal and to reach it if you write it down? I am proper old school and I write everything down, even for university. Like, we've got iPads and all of this, but I print all of the notes off and I write them down. It's how I work. Write it down where works for you. Maybe online does work for you and you've got a little jotter on your phone or something like that. Post-it notes work for me. But social media, let's use social media, not for all of the annoyance and the fake news and everything that's going on at the minute. Let's use social media to keep ourselves accountable and to inspire and motivate others. So I massively use my Instagram for that, my private Instagram, not Red Balloons. And if you do want to follow me, that is at @_Red Balloons. And I'll put my monthly challenges, my weekly challenges, I'll share how I'm feeling. I share the good days as well as the bad. I have started wearing makeup a lot more recently because my skin is rank, but normally I'll be the one that, amongst all of these fit, six-pack, toned fitness models and all that, you'll see me sweaty, tongue out, minging, just being real life. And hopefully a lot of people will find that refreshing. The thing with social media is I have a love-hate relationship with it. I wouldn't be sat here talking to you without it. I would not have Red Balloons would not have the success and the reach that we have without social media. But it is so easy to get sucked in to other people's real life, and let's face it, it isn't real life. It's dangerous to a point that we can get. At the first lockdown, I got so sucked into the news and the negative speak and the drama and the fear and everything like that, that I made myself really ill. Now I suffer from depression, anxiety and bulimia, and when you're focusing on all these things and you feel trapped and you can't go and do the things, or you feel like you can't go and do the things that you need to do, it can get very easy to focus on other people's lives and what they're doing and all of the news stories and everything like that. So the thing with social media is make yourself accountable, make it a positive place for you, but make it an honest place for you. So you do not know who your post might reach and who might need to see that. They may not engage with you directly, they may not message you or comment or even like your post, but you could sit there and go, right, I've set these goals. Today I did it, today I didn't. This is what I look like, read about, etc. But someone could be sat there going, oh, thank you for posting that. Like, I'm glad it's not just me. I'm glad it's a wet, miserable Monday and I couldn't really be bothered to go out. But that person's gone out and went for a run, and that makes me want to go out for a run. And I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for the masses. But it definitely works for me. If I see someone and I'm like, should I, shouldn't I? And then someone's in the same mood going, I felt really crap this morning, but I went out for a run, or I went out and did some weights. If you're lucky enough to have that at home. And it does work. So I've put out there that I'm doing a challenge. So my challenge for November, for instance, was set by my head volunteer. I've got 400,000 steps to do in any way possible during November. And I'm well on course, I must admit. But in that, I also set up, like I said before, a training plan on my Garmin. I haven't got any half marathons planned, but I've struggled with training plans in the past. And I really wanted to give it my all. And this gives me a focus every day. Like yesterday, I could not be bothered. It was my daughter's birthday. She went to her dad's. I was knackered. I'd done all sorts, done my 2 walking talks and everything like that. And I thought, but I've got a run I need to do. Do you know what? I got on the treadmill because it was a bit too dark and stuff. Got on the treadmill and I smashed it. And like I said, I really didn't want to do it. I was thinking, can I reschedule? Is there a way I can get around it? But I forced myself to get it. And do you know what? I actually enjoyed it and I did really well. So you can do it. If I can do it, a gobby northeast lass who doesn't have a six-pack, who chats crap most of the time, you can do it. And most of the people watching this, like I said, this has been requested from Aaron at Healthy Fit. You're his client, and you have the added proper bonus of having someone like Aaron there to kick your ass, but to motivate you, to encourage you, to show you how it's done, and to really get that spirit. And there's a lot of people that don't have that and who have to self-motivate. So that comes on to my kind of last point before I go on to the like little bit of good stuff. We are going to be responsible for self-motivating a lot of the time this month, basically. And it is one of, if not the hardest things to do. Like I said, we don't put ourselves first. It's just it's just not natural to us. But we have to take account of how we're feeling. We do not deserve to feel bad. We can't, for those who do suffer with diagnosed and mental health conditions, that went on way before this, you've got to keep doing what you were doing. It can be, I'm not saying that it's any worse for them or anything. Everyone's going through the same thing, just in a different way. Don't compare yourself to anyone else, but it is really important that you focus on what works for you. If you're on medication, make sure you keep that medication going. If you've found ways of doing it, I know there's a lot of people who don't have access to counsellors or their therapists or anything like that, but do the things that you need to do. And if you are struggling, please remember that there are people like Red Balloons who are there to listen. We're not trained counsellors, but we are trained in peer support, and we have lived experience on mental health. So please keep talking. There is worst case scenario, but it's so important. There is Samaritans that you can contact 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And of course, there's the NHS crisis line. I'm not saying that anyone here watching this is in that place, but you never know when it's going to happen. If you'd asked me 4 years ago whether or not I would have attempted to end my life, I had a very different outlook on suicide then. Rolled 2017, and I'd spent months planning it. So it is very real, and it can happen to anyone. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what your financial status is. Obviously, there is aspects of this, there's aspects of life that does make you more susceptible to hardships, or if you've lost your job, or you're struggling with a relationship, or you've lost, in this current climate, you've lost someone close to you. But please, please, please remember that you are worth it. There is nothing that can't be helped with support, and the right kind of support. And sometimes that is just someone listening. And we are here to listen. I'm sure Aaron can, I know Aaron will be able to signpost you to people and listen. And the Red Balloons website has a lot of different partnerships and organisations that we signpost on if we can't help. So do remember that. That is so important, to remember that you are worth it and you are not alone, no matter how you're feeling. Please don't compare, back to kind of the social media thing, please do not compare how you're feeling and think, oh, well, they've got it so much worse, and I shouldn't feel like this because I've got such and such and such. How you feel is how you feel. It doesn't matter how you might be struggling with something that someone else doesn't understand, but that doesn't take away your struggles. You just need someone, you just need to, I've lost the words. It's so professional. You know what I mean though? But just because you might seem, or you are in a place that, like, so such and such down the road has lost a job or something like that, that doesn't mean that you don't deserve, that you shouldn't be feeling the way that you're feeling. This is unprecedented times. None of us ever expected to be kind of in this or anywhere near this situation. Whether or not you've had ill mental health in the past or not, it doesn't even mean that you're suffering from ill mental health now. It's an overall well-being, which is what this is about. So please do kind of take notice of the signs, and especially those around you. I'm not saying that it's easy to get them to talk, and I know me, like, people will ask me how I am all the time, and even if I'm having a bad day, I won't necessarily tell them because I'm worried about being a burden. But I do know now that there's places I can go and things that I can do that will help that, and that's kind of what I want to do today with yous. You may not want to speak to those closest. Sometimes everyone says, oh, speak to someone close, you speak to your partner, speak to your mother, speak to etc, etc. I personally find that those closest to me are the hardest people to talk to, because I care about them so much. I don't want to put my issues on them. And this kind of like is where Red Balloons came from. So do not be afraid to reach out. I am possibly a stranger to you, although you may have watched Red Balloons videos and stuff, but I am genuinely here to listen. I can't make it all better. I can't tell you what to do, but I can listen and I can support. And you are worth it. I will keep saying this through that video, but you are worth it. So finally, Self-Care Sunday. Let's face it, self-care can be anything, and it's often the things that we feel most guilty about, or like kind of our what is it, like a guilty pleasure? Guilty pleasure, that's it. So it's important, pick a day a week. It might be a Sunday if you've got that day. Excuse me, not corona. pick a day or a time that suits you, that fits in around whatever you've got going on. And I encourage you, ideally 10 minutes a day, I like to recommend to my members. 10 minutes a day, whether it's reading a chapter of a book, whether it's having a nice hot shower, whether it's sticking on a face mask, whether it's having a glass of gin. I'm all about balance, so I'm not going to tell you to, like, I certainly don't believe in diets or anything like that. It's all about balance. Have a glass of gin or whatever your drink is, but have 10 minutes for yourself every day. Focus on your breathing. In for 4, out for 4. Try that 4 times, and then just get familiar with how your regular breathing would be. 10 minutes, that's all. And everybody, I don't care, I don't do excuses, and you'll find my members will tell you I don't do excuses. Everybody has 10 minutes. I don't care what you say. Everybody has 10 minutes. So, Bossy Claire, take 10 minutes. But if you can do a bit longer, so maybe it is a long walk by yourself or with the dog or with the family, that's still self-care. You don't have to be by yourself to self-care. A hot bath is one of mine. I love that. Find a really cheesy film, or a film that makes you feel good. If it's horror that makes you feel good, watch horror. I love horror. Obsessed with it. I've got Candyman saved. Gonna watch it. Can't wait. But self-care. But self-care could be as simple as, you know that you haven't done much around the house and it'll make you feel better. Like tidy house, tidy mind. Completely agree with that. That's self-care. Anything that makes you feel good is self-care. I touched on the alcohol thing a bit. Obviously, during the lockdown, a lot of people did reach for the alcohol and stuff like that. Couldn't go anywhere. I do like a drink. I'm not going to try and pretend I'm teetotal. But again, it's back to that accountability. Take account of what you're doing. Do not drink every day. It's not healthy in any grand scheme of things. But if you really want to drink, or if you really want a glass of wine, have a glass of wine. If it helps you relax. But it doesn't have to be every day, and you don't have to get absolutely smashed. There is so many things out there that you can reach online. Outside, like I said, it's not as full lockdown. It's important that we follow the rules, but there's nothing wrong with having treats. Nothing wrong with like having things, the chocolate bar, a cake and stuff like that. But have a slice of cake, not a full cake. Have a bottle of wine, not 5 bottles of wine. Think about what you're doing to yourself internally and how it's going to affect everyone externally. And I suppose one of my last things is, it's really hard to be happy at the moment. I think everyone will agree with that. There might be like little pockets of happiness in your day, but it's really hard to be like, wake up and think, oh, because if you are at work, I'm absolutely sure that you are so stressed, and things are completely different to what they would normally be. A massive thank you to all the NHS staff out there who are helping, and the emergency services. You are amazing. You always have been, but you are amazing. And you need, again, to listen to all of this, and need to look after yourselves, and you have the full support of Red Balloons, full support. But yeah, how about we all set like a kind of thing, like once a day, wherever you are, just smile at someone. That is how easy it is. It may be the last thing you want to do, and you really might not be in a smiling place, but that smile might be the one thing that person takes with them that day. And hand on heart, that works for me. I was really low last week, and I was just out for a walk. I think I'd dropped my son off at school, and this person smiled at me, just walking past, just smiled at me, and I thought, oh, like, and it made me smile. The power of a smile, or a hello, or a morning, just to remind us all that we are human and we are in this together. No matter what everyone's personal situations are, we are in this together. So please take that and just smile at someone every day, just once a day. Even if you're feeling proper crappy, smile at someone, please, for me, and just see the effect that that'll have on you. But think about how that effect might have on that person. You might be the only person that smiled at them all day, and that to me is a massive thing. So I didn't want to go over half an hour, so I'm running out of time because I do blab on. So I do hope this has helped a bit. But Red Balloons, let's just recap on what Red Balloons is. We're a physical and mental wellbeing organisation based in Teesside, but like I said, we do have the capacity and the services that do reach further afield. We are focused on helping people improve and maintain their overall wellbeing, like I said, physical and mental. You don't have to have or be suffering from a mental health condition to get in contact. You just have to have an interest in bettering yourself, and being interested in your, like I said, overall well-being. I keep repeating myself, but it's what it is. So what we offer is, if, like I said, all of the details are on the website that I gave you at the beginning of the video, www.redballoons.org.uk. We have a Facebook page. You can't miss us. I don't know if you can see, but it's that little image there. So on social media, we're across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Pretty much all of the things shared across there all of the time. We do motivational quotes. We share information on like self-care, all sorts of different things. We try and engage every day and get people talking. I do random live videos, normally to announce news or stuff, but just basically have a chat. During last lockdown, I did them every Friday morning and we had a good chat, and it's lovely to see the comments and stuff. So that's all good. We have a messaging service from 7 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock in the evening, 7 days a week. Like I said, if you need someone to talk, you might not even need us to reply back. You just need somewhere to let off some steam or to have a rant or to just like say, look, I'm struggling today. Use that messaging service. That is what we're here for. We're not there to counsel you. We're not there to tell you this. We're not there to diagnose anything. We are just there to listen. And we'll have a chat with you. And it might be that it is just a chat that you want. Like you haven't got much on that day and you're like, oh, I could really do with a bit of social interaction. It counts. Pop us a message. The other online facility we have is a wellbeing group. A lot of people are going on about making yourself accountable and stuff. We have members in there who will post like kind of what challenges they're doing this month, any photographs they've taken on the runs, what they need to do, what they have done, etc. And the thing with that is you'll often find that one of the members is awake at all times of the night. So for instance, if I'm really struggling, between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. is normally the time I'm awake. And you'll often find people in that group are awake if you just need a chat, you just want to share something. It may be that you're faffing on your phone and you find a quote and you think, oh, that's good. Share it with us. We love it. It doesn't matter what time of day in that group. It is private as well. So anything that you do share in there is not seen by the wider Red Balloons community or social media as a whole. It is completely private, so you can say anything you want in there. It is monitored by myself and my volunteers, so if you are going to post anything, sorry Magpie, if you are going to post anything that it could be triggering, please, all we request is that you put a trigger warning at the start of your post, and then it's up to anyone else if they choose to read it or not. Physical services, we've been very lucky. We have had to cancel our group sessions, but because all of our activity sessions are outside, we are able to continue as normal, whatever that is at the minute. So what we offer, we don't offer fitness sessions at the moment, unfortunately, due to equipment and safety, etc., government guidelines. But what we do offer is we offer one-to-one walks and one-to-one runs. Please, someone hit me up for a run. I would love to. I love my run and rants. You've got your walk and talk and your run and rants. They're not at any set day or time during the week. We are aiming to be as flexible as we can. So if you're interested in that, you want a bit of company, you'd like a bit of a chat, you'd like to meet me in person, you never know, pop us a message. There's me and Lee, who does that amazingly. She normally does her groups at Preston Park. The only thing with Lee's one-to-ones is they will all be focused at Preston Park, whereas myself, I will do Stockton, Middlesbrough, Hartlepool and Darlington. Don't think I've missed anywhere. So obviously you've got your Thornaby's, your Billinghams, your Yarms. Anywhere in the Teesside area I am able to get to. Just pop me a message, let me know your availability and I'll come and have a meet with you. We'll have a walk or we'll have a run. Please have a run. Helps my training more than anything. Selfish. So yeah, that's kind of what we offer. But have a hit up at the website and the Facebook and you'll see much more what we're about. But lastly, like I said, to recap all of that, I don't plan any of these. So I do watch these back normally and proper cringe. But it is just to make, like I said, to make yourself accountable and to remember that you deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel worthy and you are worthy. So to recap on my main points, keep a routine going. No matter how much you want to Netflix and chill every day in your pajamas, don't do it. Don't do it because the novelty might be there for a couple of days, but it'll get harder and harder to get back into that old routine, and you've done so well to get to where you are now. So get up, set that alarm, wash your face, have a shower, get your clothes on. If you're going to do a session with Aaron, do a session with Aaron. If you're going to go out for a run or a walk or you're going to work, do it. Use time, 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. Everybody has 10 minutes a day to focus on your breathing and to just do something, a little bit something for you. Like I said, whether it's a chapter book or something like that, 10 minutes. Get outside, keep moving, smile at someone. One person every day, please just smile at them. And you could honestly have so much of a positive impact you wouldn't believe. And just keep going. And if you are struggling, get in touch with someone, get in touch with myself, Get in touch with Samaritans. There are so many people out there that want to help you. But I better go now. Watching me a little time ago. But thank you very much for listening. Like I said, if you have any questions, either get in contact with Aaron for my details or check us out on Facebook and send me a message. Take care, everyone. Bye.